Okay, the next office will be for county clerk. That'll be Travis Satterhold and Frank Herndon.
All right, gentlemen, come around. Mr. Satterhold, I had the young lady draw, and your name came up first. If you would speak to your qualifications and if any improvements that you would suggest to the office of county clerk.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you all for coming out and listening to us tonight. My name is Travis Satterhold. I'm running for Jefferson County Clerk. I've been a resident of Jefferson County for over 23 years. Started working part-time in the county clerk's office in 1997 up here. I was going to school at UT, working on my bachelor's degree in business administration. Once I graduated, I was offered a full-time position, which I accepted. I enjoyed working at the clerk's office. I enjoyed the people. I enjoyed the work. I enjoyed getting to know everybody in the community. I was the deputy clerk and then the chief deputy clerk. I have done business license, marriage license, driver's license. I've worked on the budget, done hotel motel tax. I'm currently working at the Knox County Clerk's office, where I'm the business license supervisor. I collected over $600,000 in uncollected hotel motel tax that was identified in the audit prior to my arrival at the Knox County Clerk's office. The only changes that I would make was probably to extend office hours at the end of the month and the first of the month. When the traffic volumes are higher, people tend to wait till the end of the month and first of the month to get their license plates renewals. I would like to see not necessarily a satellite office, but I believe there is probably a way to do a mobile type office where we go out one day a week, maybe on a Wednesday or a slower business day, and go to various businesses and set up a laptop with a decal printer and another printer where we could do title work off-site. That would be something I would look into with the help of BIS, which is Business Information Systems. They are the company that all clerks' offices in Tennessee use. They are partnered with the state, and they come out with new technology every year to help the clerk's office and the public. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Herndon.
Good evening. Frank Herndon, candidate for re-election for Jefferson County Clerk. I adopted a motto 3.5 years ago when I started in the office. It reads, "Excellent customer service is not our goal. It's our responsibility." And that's our responsibility to you, the taxpayers. I asked the employees there in the office, my fellow employees, wonderful staff, to adopt that same motto, and they bought into that plan. They're there to serve you. I'm there to serve you. Serving as your county clerk is truly a public service. It's been an honor to serve you there in that capacity for the last 3.5 years. As I've said before, the county clerk's office is your office. You own it. You have a share in it. You have a decision making in it. Your decision, what you want to see, you come to me, we'll talk about it, we'll work it out. I'm thankful 3.5 years ago, as I said, that you chose me to manage that office for you. I consider myself financially conservative. The money that's spent out of that office every day, before I order a supply, before I write a check, I think to myself, would I write that check out of my checkbook? Because it's coming out of my pocket as well, just as much as it's coming out of yours. I'm pleased to report each year since I've been in office, we've maintained well within our assigned budget. We've also, for spending, we've also exceeded and doubled our expected revenue that we've turned over to the county general fund. We have just completed an audit report. Each year since I've been in office, we've had no audit findings. I ask for your vote and support that I may continue to work for you, the citizens of Jefferson County.
All right, wait there. You've seen me draw out questions, but they've already have been covered, so I'm not going to ask them to address them, but I've got a new one.
May I speak to your question?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. I believe I'm uniquely qualified as a candidate for county clerk because I currently serve as your county clerk. You know what you're getting when you vote for Frank Herndon because I'm there in the office. I'm there working with you every day. I've completed several leadership programs, completed a program through Jefferson County Chamber of Commerce, the Adult Leadership Program, completed University of Tennessee Institute of Public Service. I've been certified as a certified public administrator. Uniquely qualified as county clerk. Would appreciate your vote.
All right. Do you feel like you need to address that? I felt like you have already, Mr. Adderholt.
Qualifications?
Yes. Do you feel like you have?
Yes.
All right. All right. Ms. Turner, I've got the next question for you. How many employees are in the county clerk's office, and what do you think is a sufficient number needed to run the office?
Currently, right now, there's myself plus 8 full-time deputies. I have 1 part-time deputy and 1 part-time office assistant. And we've reduced that from when I started, there were 10 on the letter of agreement between Mr. Fair and the mayor. So I believe that we're almost to bare bones right now. But currently, right now, there are 8 and down from 10, 8 full-time, 2 part-time.
He's already told you that there was 8 employees that were full-time. I think that it's hard to do the job with less than 8 employees that are full-time in the office. Probably maybe 1 more full-time employee might ease some of the burden on the other employees in getting their jobs done, especially in the busy times at the end of the month and the first of the month. That could probably be settled with part-time employees, though.
I'm going to ask you the next question. As the fee officer, the county clerk has its own budget, and like all fee officers, sets all of the employees' salaries. What does the budget for the county clerk look like, and do you have a structure for the employee compensation?
I'm not exactly sure what the budget is currently. I would say it's probably in the neighborhood of, including office equipment as far as hardware and software maintenance contracts, it's probably around $600,000 would be my guess, including the salaries, insurance. I wouldn't go hog wild with anybody and get raises. You have to go through the county commission anyway. So there's not really much you can do with the budget. I wouldn't raise the budget and go crazy spending money on satellite offices or anything like that just because the county can't afford it. We've already increased the wheel tax and property taxes, so I would just keep things the way they are. If the county commission deems to give 5% raises each year, that's fine with me.
Mr. Herndon?
The budget set by the county is in the neighborhood of $127,000. We work off that includes employee benefits and any office supplies, equipment. The salary agreement, if I'm thinking correctly, I didn't bring that number with me, is in the neighborhood of $400,000. The salary agreement is agreed upon each year by the mayor and myself, and raises are given according to what county commission gives county employees.
All right, I'll ask you this question. What would you do to bring more innovation to the county clerk's office? And I'll let you address that first, Mr. Herndon.
More innovation. It's been a busy 4 years, but we have placed the kiosk in Jefferson City and White Pine to alleviate the need to hire those additional employees, to alleviate that need in payroll expense. We've streamlined some processes with our registration, streamlined processes with probate court. When we have a customer come in, need a probate docket set, we streamline that process. Looking to, we've already purchased some equipment needed for satellite part-time centers. Looking at myself going out to different communities certain days a week. I've already purchased part of that equipment, just have to have the funds available to purchase a little bit more equipment to make that possible. That's kind of my next step we're looking at after the renewal kiosk. They've been very successful. As a matter of fact, over Easter weekend from Thursday until Monday, they were used 66 times. And I told the employees at the end of the day on Monday, that's 66 people that didn't have to walk through our door. And they were happy because we had quite a busy day Monday. But we're constantly looking for new and innovative ways to bring in more revenue to you and save your tax dollars.
Mr. Adderholt.
I spoke to that a little bit in my earlier question, the question that Judge Strand had about the innovations. I would try to get somebody out in the public, either myself if I was elected or one of the employees, maybe a half day where you could go to maybe a library or a public building where you could set up like I said, a laptop, you need a decal printer, another printer, and you could do title work right there, because right now you have to go to the county clerk's office to get title work. Maybe on a Saturday, instead of one of the employees being in the office, they could be at a satellite somewhere. You could maybe at the White Pine Rescue Squad building or somewhere like that. That's about all that, like I said, BIS, Business Information Systems, is a software provider. They keep us pretty much up to date as far as on new technology. So.
All right. I know we've had our 4 questions, but there's one in here. I think it was addressed in the debate with the mayor's position or the mayor's candidates addressed the other day. I'd like to hear what you two say. Should there be term limits to the county clerk position?
I don't necessarily think in certain government positions there needs to be term limits, because you acquire a lot of experience while you're in that job and doing it daily. To come in from day one and expect to know what somebody has known for 8 years before you, if you have an 8-year term limit similar to Knox County. I'm not opposed to term limits, but I think that in some positions you need to keep somebody in there that knows the job and knows what to do in certain situations that you may not experience but one time in 4 or 5 years.
Term limits is a sticky term, pardon the pun. I believe we have term limits. If I'm not doing a good job, you'll let me know May the 1st. And my term will be limited. But I feel that I have done a good job, and I hope you feel the same. But as far as a set 8-year term limit, no, I don't believe in that, and I've had meetings with county clerks who are term limited, and they tend to lose that we're working for you. As a matter of fact, I talked to one and he said, I'm glad I'm term limited. I hung up on 3 people this morning. That's not the way I operate. It's not the way I would operate if I was term limited. But I believe we lose that service to the citizens because I come to work every day and serve you, fighting for my job, because I want to keep my job, because I want to keep serving you. Thank you.
Thank you.